Watched all day live on C-SPAN? Yeah, I know the one.
Let's bring them back.
Well, I am pleased to tell you that if you go to KBLA1580.com right now, you can sign up to be in the audience here in Los Angeles when we go back live on C-SPAN with a stage full of black thinkers and influencers for a historic conversation. America has never seen a stage full of black folk talking about the urgency of now. Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. It's going down Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com. Once we reach capacity, you'll have to watch us on C-SPAN. But if you want to be in the room when we go live from Los Angeles, Tuesday, June 18th, head to KBLA1580.com right now to reserve your seat. Caring about the climate, caring about the community. With KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
I believe up there. Hey!
I'm Tavis Smiley, and I'm delighted to have you hanging out with us today in this hour of our program, and I've been looking forward to this. As a matter of fact, whenever he can squeeze me onto his schedule, I'm delighted and thrilled to be in conversation with my friend Quake, or Earthquake to you. He had an amazing stand-up special on Netflix. I'm going to give you a little taste of that in just a second. It's hard to pull a clip of Quake that I can play on radio. The FCC still listens, and they still pass out fines. So we'll do our best to clean this up. But you'll take the point of the jokes, or as Quake would say, these ain't jokes. These ain't jokes. I love when he says that. But I'm looking forward to this conversation for the hour. I'm still, again, celebrating his hugely successful turn at the mic on Netflix, produced by his friend Dave Chappelle. I've been saying for years that Quake deserves everything he gets. He's been a journeyman in this comedy game, and I was just thrilled, just delighted when Dave decided to produce this special for Quake to give him the respect that he deserves and frankly has earned. Here now, a little taste of Earthquake's Netflix special.
When Obamacare came out, I was on that shit. I filled it out, didn't even wait for a policy number. Sooner they said approval, I ran straight to the doctor. Hey, what you here for? I want a full physical. They're like, who your provider? I wrote Obamacare. Because that nigga cares. Now I got insurance. I want every test you got in this hospital from A to Z, nigga. Don't skip none of them. I want EKG, EGG, Pat smear, one of all, motherfucker. Hey, I want ultrasound, mammogram, fibergram, larrygram, an 8-ball, that's a half a gram. I want all my grams, nigga.
Quake, I'm still laughing, man. That you killed it, man. You killed it.
Well, thank you, brother. I really appreciate Tavis. You know you're my boy, and I love you with all my heart.
No, that means a lot to me, man, coming from you. When you look back on it now, it's been a few months, but when you look back on it, did it meet your expectations? And I ask that because I know that artists, I know this is true for me. We grade ourselves and judge ourselves harder than anybody else. And when the audience is, just falling out their seats laughing, you still see stuff that we don't see. So did it meet your expectations? It met ours.
That's a good question. It met the expectation, what I wanted to do, because I just wanted them to see who I was as an artist. But it didn't. I haven't played my best yet. I think we're about to do another one. Mm-hmm. Me and Dave at the fourth quarter with Netflix, and that's the end of the year. I'm calling it the Pulitzer and I'm looking to meet my expectation on this one.
Mm. When you say, and this might be inside baseball, and there may not be an easy answer to give, but let me ask it. My job ain't to ask easy questions anyway, as you well know. But let me ask this: when you say you ain't done your best work yet, is that aspirate? Well, it's obviously aspirational. But what do you mean by that? I mean, you kill it every time you step on stage. So when you say you ain't done your best stuff yet, what do you mean by that, man? I don't get it.
Um, Shameless plug. I'm in this movie this Friday with Jerry Seinfeld called Unfrosted.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say my best is being around Jerry Seinfeld, every word is precise. It's precision. It's like an engine in a Ferrari. And so when I say my best work, this special I'm gonna make, it's not gonna be no every word is gonna be precise. I'm gonna put that organization to my style of comedy, and I believe then I would have met my true potential on each level.
Yeah.
By implementing his game into mine.
Yeah. So since you went there, let me follow you as I will throughout this hour. We'll talk about Dave Chappelle in a moment. But when you're on a set and you're doing a film, a project with a guy of Seinfeld's stature, what's that like for you? I mean, you're one of the best in the game, but as they say, game recognizes game. When you're around somebody like that, I get the sense, based on what you said, that you're a sponge. You're learning, you're taking in whatever you can take. But you tell me what it's like hanging out with somebody like Jerry Seinfeld.
Well, you know as well as I do, because you're a mentor to a lot of people in broadcast. I know that personally by knowing you. Very few times you can get around other people that allow you to learn from them, and they're not threatened by you, or even give you the opportunity to learn from you. Especially our culture, you know, everybody, you know, they've been knowing Quake's been funny for the longest. And they get into a position, they don't elevate you. And what I mean by elevate you, metaphorically speaking, they see you in the red zone, but they won't let you get in the end zone. You know what I mean? They help a man that's on his 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Because they know he'll never get down to the red zone. So they'll parade that person. Look what I did for this brother. You know, like, yeah, well, what about the brother like Tavis Smiley that's right there to use your help with the opening of the door where you already with the biggest network. So
yeah,
Jerry Seinfeld, what he did, he saw my special and he was filming the movie. He said, I gotta put you in my movie. And he made a part just for me in the movie. And he did that for me, which, you know, brothers who's in those positions now been knowing me for over 30 years have not done for me. Wow. And to get around him and see how he became successful and what things he does to be successful. It's kind of like the NFL draft. When you can get a phenom, a person who has all the talent in the world, but they still get him in a room with a veteran to show him what it takes to be a pro, how to handle this league. And we don't do that for each other. So to answer your question, man, it was humbling. First of all, for him to believe in me. And second, for him to take me under his wing and show me how to do this thing and navigate this talent I have in this business. So I'm indebted to him.
As I said, I love Quake. I make no apologies about that. And this is why I love him. This Negro came with red zone and end zone, and we just getting started. More of Earthquake when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
Hope, agency, dignity. This is Tavis Smiley.
Can you dig it? Come on!
Hey y'all, Mona Swain here from Target's new YouTube series, My Cart is Full, where we feature Black founders and creators highlighting their connection to our community. As an actor and content creator, I love using my voice to inspire young Black women who look like me. When it comes to feeding my shine, seeing myself reflected in Black-owned and founded products at Target brings me joy. Together, we are Black Beyond Measure. Learn more at target.com/Black Beyond Measure.
Cookie wants to be a professional wrestler. I'm Cookie Serratos, and I'm 11 years old.
She also wants to win all the medals. That's why Cookie and her family make every day count, squeezing out her best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, Cookie, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze Fruit on the Go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
Call Cookie!
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
May is National Foster Care Month. You can help a child in need of a loving, safe, and nurturing home by becoming a foster parent, providing the support children need to be successful in life. Black children are disproportionately represented in foster care. When placed with families in their community, they have better outcomes to thrive. FosterLAKids.org or 888-811-1121. Again, 888-811-1121. Call today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chuchas opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chuchas Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Smart talk for curious people just like you. You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
And I'm glad about it, and I'm delighted to have my friend Earthquake on with us in this hour as he prepares for his appearance at Netflix is a Joke Festival. Say nothing of his movie Unfostered with Jerry Seinfeld about to come out, so he is a busy black man, but he gave me an hour, and he always responds when I call him, and I'm just humbled to be again in conversation with him. I was just saying to my producer Faraji a moment ago, he didn't know this, that speaking of Jerry Seinfeld, so Jerry Seinfeld's best friend for many years is the comedian George Wallace. Speaking of black comedians, George and Jerry have been best friends forever. As a matter of fact, George and Jerry lived together for years in an apartment in New York City when both were trying to get their careers off the ground. That's how far back they go. And if you are a Seinfeld fan of the show Seinfeld, you know the character George. Well, guess who he's named after? So they go way back. And so I'm learning something about Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know Jerry Seinfeld personally, but I'm learning something about him when I hear Quake tell the story of how Jerry reached out to him, saw his special, wanted to write a part for him in his film. And then I know the backstory of how long he's known George Wallace. You're telling me something, you're teaching me something, Quake, about Jerry Seinfeld that I didn't even know. That I didn't know he was that kind of dude.
Yeah, it was humbling, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
And he took me in and I watched him. And Jerry does something like me. I'm quick with my jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry take a joke and I mean, he milk it. You know, remember back in the day when orange juice came in a can?
Yeah.
You put half of the can in there and you made a gallon of orange juice and used the other half to make another. We stretched it and stretched it and stretched it. That's how Jerry does. But he's precise, he's precision. And the discipline that he has with comedy was something, that I took from that. And he's a good guy, man. And it was my first time being on a red carpet and getting to see it from actually being a participant in it. Because I never go unless I'm in the flick. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't go unless I'm invited. I'm not the type of dude that just pop in. If my name ain't on the credit or someone didn't invite me for it, I just don't pop in. And it was good that he invited me and let me be a part of it to see it from him. It was a great time.
Yeah. Since we're
Great.
talking about your friends, we talked about Jerry Seinfeld, your new friend. Let's talk about your longtime friend, Dave Chappelle. You mentioned earlier that, and you're right about this. Too often in our culture, we don't support each other as we should or as we could. Again, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna steal that line, man. That red zone and end zone thing is a powerful frame, man. I love it. These Negroes will let you in the red zone, but not in the end zone. I was telling Faraji, as a matter of fact, these Negroes are so cold. Some of them will let you get chalk on your shoes, but they won't let you cross the line. They won't let you cross the line, man. So
but what they do, not to interrupt you, the biggest part about it is there's nothing wrong with helping a man that's on the 1 yard line. It's nothing wrong with it. I mean, your own 1 yard line. But see, they are threatened when you get in the red zone because if you become in the end, because you have the potential to get in the end zone. And if you get in the end zone, they think you're going to be more celebrated in the end zone than they are who are already in the end zone. So, if you look at any of our people, most of the time when they parade somebody who they help back to the culture, help back in our community, there's always somebody that doesn't have no way of threatening being in the same end zone with them. And that's the precondition for them helping any of us. That's all I wanted to say.
No, I get it. Now, what I'm thinking about, what I'm thinking about as you say that, is your birthday party not too long ago, and I am trying to put your business out there, but I am fortunate to have been on the list to be invited to a big birthday party that Quake had. I was just humbled to receive the invitation, and so I went, of course, had an amazing time. But when I walked in that room, man, and just started making my way around, everybody who is anybody in black comedy was in that room. I was fanboying out that night. I obviously over the course of my career, I know all these guys. I've interviewed basically all of them. But it was let me just take a minute here because I haven't had a chance to say this to you, and I owe you a thank you for this. In that particular moment when you invited me to this birthday party, I had a lot of stuff going on, and we have these moments in our lives where we're questioning the decisions that we've made. We're questioning whether or not we're moving in the right direction. I'm trying to build this station here in LA and trying to build a bigger and broader black talk radio network. I'm doing all these things, and I was in this space of just feeling sort of funny about whether or not I'd made the right decision as to the next step in my career. So I'm processing all these things, and I almost didn't make the party because y'all Negroes y'all don't start till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night anyway, and I need to be in bed to be on the radio the next day. But I went, and I've been holding on to this for all these months because it meant so much to me. When I walk in that room and I see anybody and everybody in the black comedy game, if you think of their name, they were in the room that night. Everybody was there basically at Quake's party. And then it's not just the comedians because he's in Hollywood. All the black Hollywood showed up. So it was a moment for me because as I'm trying to process my own journey, I'm in this room and I'm looking around and I am embraced by all of this black excellence, black artistic genius. And when I left that place that night, Quake left that party, I could have levitated out of there, man. I could have come back to my house unaided. I didn't even need my vehicle. I could have flown back home because I levitated out because that thing energized me looking around this room and I know these guys. I know many of their stories, your story of overcoming and pushing and powering your way through. But to be in that space that night, with all that genius. So I just wanted to say thank you for just the invitation and hanging out with that crowd. But again, I'm listening to your story about the way we treat each other. But on your birthday that night, everybody was there celebrating you, brother.
Yeah, I mean, the celebration of the people that was in there, those people that does that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do look out. Your Chris Rock, your Anthony Anderson, your Cedric the Entertainer, your Dr. Dre. all those people that was there. Those are the people. They're my friends and they're my role models.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the thing about that is, you know, we're all individuals that is each trying to get there. So we don't have the necessary resources or the key to the gatekeeper for us to collaborate together on a bigger scale. There's very few people that have that green light ability.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That can walk in that room and say, yeah, you want me? You got to take these people with you too.
Mm-hmm.
So all those people that you see in that room that was in there are good friends of mine that's also trying to get up on that mountain or got up in that mountain enough for themselves, but they'll pull up other people, but not strong enough to pull up a person such as myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's understandable, and we celebrate it, you know? And they're good people, man. They're real. They're my friends. They're good people. And everybody is not put here for you for everything. Like, a lot of my friends, like, your friend, why he put you in the movie? And I'll be like, he wasn't put in my life to put me in my movie. He was put in my life to give me advice.
Mm-hmm.
He was put in my life, you know, to tell me, quit, you're tripping. You know what I mean? That was his role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that, you bringing them all in, man. I have to say, my fiance put all that together. I wasn't gonna have a birthday party, and because I never do celebrate my birthday. And she was like, "Nah, we doing it," and I'm so glad she did it.
So you know, since you went there again, I'm gonna follow you. You know, I can't let that slide. For those of us who are fans of yours, we know that your comedy, in so many respects, over the years, has been about your family and about your relationships. Did I hear you say, fiance? You gonna do this again?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again, man. I'm gonna do it again. I finally found somebody, so we're good. A lot of people broke up during COVID. We came together with COVID, so we were stuck in here. You know, that's the only good thing that did come out of COVID for me.
Yeah,
is that I had time off the road and to get to know somebody, and you get to know them because you're there with them every day. You know how it was. We was stuck in this house every day. For 2.5, close to 2.5 years.
Yeah, well, I figure if you can survive a pandemic together, you can survive anything together. So to your point, you couldn't go nowhere. Yeah, so I'm glad. So congratulations on the fiance thing, the engagement. That's a beautiful thing, and we celebrate you and her in that regard. Let me circle back. I started to go here, and I went to the birthday party, but we were talking about Jerry earlier, and I want to talk about Dave because I mean, first of all, as you know, I'm a huge Dave Chappelle fan. Love me some Dave Chappelle. But I love Dave also because of what he has done for you with this the special. Lunell was here not long ago. He produced Lunell's special. So I just love how Dave is. I love how he's rocking, how he's rolling. It's a beautiful thing, man. Talk to me about Dave Chappelle.
Dave is another person that I'm so blessed to be in his presence on how to do it when it's your turn. He has integrity, something that's lost now among men, especially black men, because I am a black man. And integrity is, I can deal with anything that you are. Just tell me who you are, because it's not up to me to tell who you should be. That's God between you and your God. And Dave says what he says, mean what he says, and does things when he feel like doing them. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. When he called and told me he was going to do my special, I knew right then and there it was a game changer in my career. And he did Lunell's, he did
Donnell,
my good friend Donnell Rollins, from DC.
Sure.
My good friend and another good friend from DC named Tony Woods. He did all of ours together with Team Chappelle. And he showed me how to have a successful special. You know, he did mine first and we shot it. He was the one who said, "Quick, you don't need an hour. You got quality. You don't need all that quantity. Everybody else, yours is in there. We're going to cut it as 37. And we did one take and did it. And it was it, man. And I knew right then and there that it was going to change. And he's open to tell me how I need to move in this career and give me information on all the time. and so smart, man.
Yeah.
I mean, IQ beyond, like he been here before a while. You know what I mean? He's been here before. He's came back from somewhere else. He's just that smart. And it's just an honor. Shout out to Stan Lathan, too.
Oh, yeah, love Stan.
Stan. I won't do a special unless Stan gonna shoot it with me. I ran into him at Vegas at Cedric the Entertainer with Tony Braxton residency celebrating his birthday, and that's something you need to go see. Love and Laugh is a great show in Vegas. And I seen Stan and I told him, please, we're about to do it again. And he's in down for it. So we're looking forward to doing another one. And to tell you, Dave is the most beautiful creature out, bro. He stands on his own, and he's non-negotiable.
I'm fascinated by your story, and this audience knows I say it all the time that I love the story, but I particularly am in love with the backstory. It's always the backstory that gets me. So you mentioned Donnell. Lunell was here, and Donnell was here as well. And Donnell told the story, which is very different than the one you just told. So Dave produces your special. You do one take. He edits that thing. It comes out, and it kills. With Donnell. And Donnell he felt some sort of way about this, man. He said, Negro, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't happy. I love Dave, but Dave shot that thing 3 times. And Donnell said, Dave, I can't do no better. I did, but Dave said, nah, this wasn't right, and that wasn't right, and this wasn't right. And it wasn't about Donnell. In one take, in one stand-up, he didn't like the audience. He said the audience didn't feel right. He didn't like the venue. He didn't like the lighting. But he made Donnell do that thing 3 times. And Donnell said, he was patient. He trusted Dave Chappelle. He listened to Dave Chappelle. And when the thing came out, it was a hit. But it's just interesting to watch again how Dave produces these things. He ran Donnell through the ringer, but he got what he wanted in the end. And Quake does one take. He gets what he wants. He cuts it down. You don't need an hour. He puts it on, and it succeeds. Dave Chappelle knows what he's doing, y'all. I digress on that. But I'm talking Earthquake, and he's about to appear at the Netflix is a Joke Festival coming up here in L.A. We'll talk about that part when we come forward with Earthquake on Tavis Smiley.
What's your quarrel with the world? You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
Paid for by government.com. Did you know? The United States Mint has issued a new Morgan silver dollar coin in proof condition for the first time. Not only that, they are also minted in 99.9% pure silver for the first time ever in history. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone that knows the enduring popularity of Morgans. But you must hurry. Only 400,000 of these legal tender silver dollars were issued. These first ever Morgan silver dollars are brand new with stunning mirror-like finish, minted by the iconic San Francisco Mint. Call now and you're guaranteed a new first ever 99.9% pure silver proof Morgan dollar. To learn more, call 1-800-973-9717. If you order now, you will receive a free coin collector bonus pack, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-9717 now to secure your new Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-973-9717.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs is expected to sign a bill to repeal the state's near-total ban on abortion as soon as today. 2 Republicans joined with all Democrats yesterday in voting to repeal the 1864 law that was upheld by the Arizona Supreme Court last month. It bans all abortions except in cases where it's necessary to save the mother's life. The late New Jersey Lieutenant Governor Sheila Oliver will be honored this weekend by her alma mater. Lincoln University will establish the Sheila Oliver Memorial Scholarship as part of its alumni reunion weekend. The African American's life, legacy, and her lasting impact on the university and the broader community will also be celebrated at the Alumni Awards dinner this Saturday. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Unleash your style in 2024 at FS Cut and Color. Get a fabulous cut and color duo from one of their expert stylists at unbeatable prices. Only at Fantastic Sam's, where hair care meets affordability. Visit FantasticSams.com to find one of their 60 SoCal salons near you.
Hey, DQ fans, cool off with their new Summer Blizzard treat menu. Try new Picnic Peach Cobbler or snag a perfect beach treat like their new Peanut Butter Cookie Dough Party. The new Summer Blizzard treat menu is one you won't want to miss. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
A disastrous night for the Clippers at Crypto.com. The Clippers lost by 30 to the Dallas Mavericks in Game 5 of their first-round series. It was the worst playoff loss in the 54-year history of the Clippers franchise. The Mavericks are up 3-2. They can eliminate the Clippers Friday night in Dallas in Game 6. The Clippers were soft on offense and defense. It was their offense last night that alarmed everybody in the house. The Clippers shot 37% and made only 9 of 35 three-pointers. For some reason, James Harden and Paul George did a horrible job of following up on their great performance in Game 4 when they combined for 66 points. Harden and George made only 6 of 25 shots. George finished with 15 points, Harden only 7. Without Kawhi Leonard in the lineup, Harden and George have to get it done, and they did not deliver. They need to step up Friday night. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Environmental justice is racial justice.
Environmental justice is social justice.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Single Moms Planet is a nonprofit organization dedicated to uplifting under-resourced single mom business owners and working mothers nationwide. Single Moms Planet offers comprehensive programs of financial literacy, business development, mentorship, and entrepreneurial training. They provide education, accountability, and hope. Single Moms Planet was founded by model, TV personality, and producer Nefertari Plessy. Nefertari felt firsthand the challenges that face single moms as she was raised by a working single mother. She learned that the most disadvantaged group in the United States are single mom families. According to the U.S. Census, 30% live under the poverty line. So she decided to do something about it, along with co-founder Cole Patterson. Their goal is to end the poverty cycle in single mother households through education, opportunity, and networking, providing family and child enrichment programs for under-resourced single-parent families. Single Moms Planet serves over 10,000 single moms and their children each year. Studies show that business development and financial literacy provide a positive environment for children and families, exposing them to new possibilities and opportunities. To attend one of their fun events, make a donation, or get more information, or if you need help as a single mom, please visit singlemomsplanet.org. That's singlemomsplanet.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Let's get back to more of Tavis Smiley right now.
The one that broke my heart was more than anything when we lost Aretha Franklin, the queen of soul. Tried to pay my respect and watch the funeral, but that funeral was so long. I kept hollering at the TV, let her go. She's supposed to be with the Lord. That funeral was so long, they turned off my cable. They said, this funeral done went through 2 billing cycles. They called me, why ain't you paying your cable bill? I said, I'm still at the funeral. Let her go. I never seen a pastor preach the whole Bible. This nigga didn't miss the scripture. I knew we were gonna be in there a long time because the nigga gonna come out talking about in the beginning. I said the beginning.
Oh my God! I tell you, I love comedy. I love comedians, and I love Earthquake. He is one of the best, and he's not just in the zeitgeist. He's in the zone. He's in the zeitgeist and the zone. Let me just give you a few dates where you can catch Earthquake. We literally just announced what's today? Thursday, earlier this week. On this program, we announced, Quake, that we've got a dozen new stations, a dozen new affiliates picking up this program, almost a dozen. I think it's 11 to be exact. A dozen. But we've been very fortunate. In just about, 8 months of national syndication, we're everywhere. We're in the top 10. We're in New York. We're in Chicago. We're in Philly. We're everywhere. And earlier this week, we were just humbled to announce a dozen new markets. And I raise that only because one of those new markets is WNOV in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And Quake will be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on May the 3rd at the Improv Comedy Club. May 3rd in Milwaukee at the Improv Comedy Club. May 6th. Here in L.A. at the Netflix is a Joke Festival at the Belasco. We'll talk about the festival in a moment here. That's May 6th here in L.A. at the Belasco as part of the Netflix is a Joke Festival. On May the 11th in Mesquite, Texas. I always love saying that. Mesquite, Texas, at the first annual Comedy Fest at the Mesquite Arena. That's May the 11th. May the 12th, he heads down to Gainesville, Florida, to the Curtis Phillips Center. That's May 12th in Gainesville, and May 31 through June 2nd, so a few days. He's back here on the West Coast in Ontario at the Ontario Improv. That's May 31 through June 2nd. Just some of the dates in the coming weeks where you can catch Quake on the road. And trust me, we need some laughter these days, given all this happening in the country and indeed the world. And if you have never seen Earthquake in person, I can assure you it's money well spent. You will not be disappointed. Quake gives it up, and you'll love the show. And so there are some dates where you can catch him in Milwaukee and L.A. and Mesquite, Texas, and Gainesville, Florida, and back here again in Ontario. So, Quake, talk to me about the Netflix is a Joke Festival.
It's a festival where they bring all the comedians around the world to perform. Jerry will be performing. Everybody's performing. Anybody's a who's who of comedians come to perform. And I'm just fortunate enough to be a part of it. I'm looking forward to it. Anytime I can step on stage with other comedians and all of us doing our own individual shows and other comedians are popping in other people's shows and performing. Yep. So I'm going to be doing that all that week. So all the shows that's at the festivals, you might catch me just popping in doing a set on different people's shows.
Oh, cool. Speaking of popping in doing sets on other people's shows, what's your process? I'm going to frame this the right way. When you're backstage or on the road, wherever you might be, let me just ask it this way. Do you ever sit and watch other comedians? Let me start there. Do you watch other comedians?
No, because I don't physically write. I mentally write, and I don't want to be contaminated with their jokes in my thoughts. So to keep mine sanitized, and because you can watch another comedian and you'll think you came up with that joke, but you actually heard him say it. So to put a buffer between that and my thoughts, I don't watch other comedians unless they friends of mine that we already, I can tell our style is totally different.
Yeah.
Or any way on it in that corner. So I don't. And I never have. I just don't. I very seldom even watch myself, to be quite honest with you.
Mm-hmm. There are two questions there. If you don't watch yourself or don't listen to yourself, then how do you critique yourself?
I know.
Yeah.
I suppose to, but I know when I'm on.
Yeah.
I know when I give a great show. I'm not a habitual mistake maker. So if one show doesn't meet up to the standards that it needs to be, then tomorrow's show will be. And I'm so self-monitoring my show because I know what it is for a person to get up to say, I'm coming to see you. I got dressed. I'm anxious to see you because I know how it was when I went to go see Earth, Wind & Fire. When I went to go see New Edition, I was anxious to see them. So, I just know I have to give it to these people to justify them coming to see me. And that's the biggest form of flattery is that, especially from Black folk, that they take their money out and stop and pay and get dressed to come see you. It's a debt that I'm gonna pay every time, and I'm appreciative to. I'm appreciative to it.
Yeah. Have you've done this long enough to I think answer this question? Is there a difference when you're performing for a white audience and for our people?
Yeah, it is. I have to slow down for white people. Yeah, they don't get this DC, Atlanta, Dallas, Texas, Houston, angry English dialogue I got over here, because I'll murder a word and only our folks can get it. It's like a pastor. You go back and look at the Bible for the reference, but you know what he was saying. It wasn't just what the Testament said. He got the word in him. So when I'm doing it for my Caucasian friends, I have to slow it down and really pronounce every word clearly for me to get it. Before that, I can put the slang in for my own people.
No, I get it. That's funny. I got to slow down for the good white people. That is hilarious. I'm glad I caught I'm glad I caught myself a moment ago when I was asking that question. I was trying to frame it the right way, and I said, well, no, let me go this way, because I don't know. I don't want to make the assumption that Quake does watch other comedians, and so I'm glad I kind of backed up and asked the question the way I did. I was thinking as you were answering that question about Cat Williams, everybody saw Cat on the club Shay Shay, and Cat winning on everybody for stealing his jokes, et cetera, et cetera. But the way you describe the way you write in your head and why you don't watch other comedians, ain't anybody ever going to accuse you of stealing no jokes, are they?
No, they haven't. And on my opinion of that, many of my jokes has been stolen by known comedians. But I'm like McDonald's, man. I'm over 1 billion jokes told. So you can't steal nothing from me. I mean, that's going to affect my career or anyway, because I'm going to make another one because I keep coming up with them. I was born to do this. I'm great at doing this, and I'm going to continue on to do it. So, when they do lift jokes from me, I just keep on going and write another one because it does have an expiration date. You know what I mean? Jokes do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't get caught up in that at all.
Over 1 billion jokes told and still counting. More with Earthquake when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
Interrogating and unpacking.
That's what we do around here.
You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Joey from Vermont, a farmer trying to get through the winter. Adriana from South Carolina, a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. Liam from Ohio, an injured father struggling to provide for his family. Hi, I'm Shanola Hampton. And I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
KBLA Talk 1580 is the fastest growing talk radio station in Southern California, home to 50,000 watts and an audience reach of 12 million listeners. KBLA Talk 1580 is a pioneer for Black audio content, including our groundbreaking $2 million climate justice campaign and the most loyal, influential audience. According to an independent research study by the polling firm Aviterus, for the second consecutive year, KBLA Talk 1580 is the most trustworthy, reliable, and credible news source for Black audiences and beyond in Southern California. Let KBLA Talk 1580 power your advertising dollars. Our omni-channel custom marketing solutions are specifically tailored to connect with your ideal target audience. We leverage audio, podcasts, streaming, digital, social media, and local activations to get your message out to the Black community. Get in touch with our advertising team today at advertising@kbla1580.com. That's advertising@kbla1580.com. KBLA 1580. We've got you Black.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
He's rooting for everybody Black.
Everybody Black.
More of Tavis Smiley coming your way right now.
More of Earthquake coming your way right now on Tavis Smiley. I was just looking at my phone, Quake, at all these responses from people who are asking me to tell you how much they loved your Netflix special. Of course, you already know that. I'm sure you're getting that everywhere you go. But people are just tapping in with me to say, please tell Quake he killed that special, man. So this is true for all of us. I said the other day, I guess on this program or somewhere, that every one of us, Quake, whether we admit it or not, every one of us wants to be loved, affirmed, and acknowledged and respected. We all want that, to be respected, affirmed, acknowledged. We all want that, again, whether we admit it or not. But it must feel awfully good when you crisscross the country and people thank you for making them laugh. Thank you for making their day. I mean, to your earlier point, when you spend your hard-earned money to go see a comedian, you hope he or she is going to deliver. But I wonder whether or not you ever process that you are literally curating Black joy every time you step on stage, man.
Yes. I mean, that's why I always be upset with our when we have all our rewards shows and they never ever acknowledge all the comedians, Black comedians, that goes out every weekend and minister laughter, enjoyment to our community to help them get through another day, man. Your Bruce, your Arnez Jays, your Ricky Smileys, all of these brothers who came up with me, that sit here and came up with me, you know, came up with me, you know what I mean? Came up with it, and you know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry about this coming on my TV, but it comes on here all the time. We're here, and we does this work in our community, and they never acknowledge it.
Yeah.
They never acknowledge it at all because we bring joy.
Yeah.
And I mean straight joy to our community and help them with their mental health.
Yeah.
Many people come up to me all the time like, man, you don't know, boy, I wanted to go upside somebody's head, but you came and laughed and ate some chicken wings, and I feel better about myself, Earthquake. I feel so better about myself. Oh, man, and women come up to me about, boy, because of you said go see a doctor, I finally got him to go get a physical.
Yeah.
Earthquake is your favorite comedian? He went down there and got a prostate exam. He went down there and checked on and got a colonoscopy. He went down and checked down there. Many of them came to me. That's the best part about it. When you see a sister came to me like, listen, because of you, he went to go see and got a physical and found out that, he had prostate cancer, but we caught it in this early stage, and now he's going to be out. I want to thank you. These are conversations that I done had many a time with Black women thanking me for giving them the tools they needed to get their men to take their health seriously. We don't get acknowledged in our community.
Nope, you're right about that. And that's why I want you on for the hour, so I can acknowledge you and tell you how much I appreciate, and the audience is sharing with me to share with you how much they appreciate the brilliance of your comedy. Quake is an artistic genius when he's on stage, and I love this Negro. I was laughing a moment ago, our remaining moments with Quake when we come forward. I was laughing. He was talking about the chicken wings. And that's the Black thing, ain't it? I mean, I don't think white people's jokes go with chicken wings, but for Black people, jokes and chicken wings at the comedy club just go together. I digress. Our remaining moments with Quake when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
For all the freedom-loving folk, this is Tavis Smiley.
I feel like freedom.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
My daughter was diagnosed with a rare malignant rhabdoid tumor on the spine. They sent her straight to St. Jude. My hope was gone. But when you get there, everyone's like, hey, we're not going to give up. And when you see other people not giving up on your child, that makes all the difference in the world. When I found out I didn't have to pay, I was just grateful. They saved my baby's life.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit lafla.org. lafla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Lowe's knows pros need the right tools for every job. That's why we sell the largest in-store selection of Klein tools anywhere. Find new items launching exclusively at Lowe's, like the self-leveling laser level for just $159.98. Plus, shop the Connect socket set for just $49.98. Get Klein tools in-store and online today, because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows pros.
More honesty than you can handle.
More empowerment than you can imagine.
You're tuned in to Tavis Smiley.
Tavis Smiley and Earthquake. I got about 3 minutes left here, and Quake's got to run. He has his own show to do. You still doing your Quake's House on Sirius XM?
Yes, the number one show on Sirius XM is Quake House, Kick It in My House, and it gets in your house.
I love it. I love it. That's Sirius XM Channel 96, Monday through Wednesdays, 1 to 3 Pacific Time, 4 to 6 Eastern Time. He has his own program he's been doing for a while. And, again, it's a huge hit on Sirius XM. Again, it's called Quake's House, Channel 96. Check that out. Secondly, these dates again, where you can catch Quake on the road. May 3rd in Milwaukee at the Improv Comedy Club. May 6th here in L.A. As part of Netflix's A Joke Festival. May 6th at the Belasco. And you heard Quake say earlier, he'll be popping in some other comedians and doing, some short sets here and there. But May 6th here in L.A. May 11th in Mesquite, Texas, at the first annual comedy festival there at the Mesquite Arena. May the 12th down in Gainesville, Florida, at Curtis Phillips Arena. Let me do it again. Curtis Phillips Center, Mesquite Arena in Texas. Phillips Center in Gainesville. And back here in California, in Ontario, on May 31 through June 2nd. So a few days, we'll get a chance to check Quake out at the Ontario Improv out in Ontario. Let me close with this. I've been calling you Earthquake. Matter of fact, I told the joke one day, not a joke, but I said to somebody one day, I love Quake because you got to be a bad and bold Negro to call yourself Earthquake. I'll put it this way. You got to be a bad brother to sign your name indelibly on the epidermis of actuality as Earthquake. That's a bold Negro to do that, but he's made it work. It works, and when he steps on stage, it quakes. No question about it. My question is there anybody in your life who calls you by your real name? Anybody that calls you something other than Quake? I don't mean your kids calling you daddy. Or your fiance calling you daddy. I ain't talking about that either. I'm asking if anybody calls you anything other than Quake.
Oh, yeah. My friends growing up, my nickname was Pooey. Mm-hmm. My family called me Pooey. People that when I was in the military called me Stro because my last name is Stroman. They called me Sergeant Stroman or Stroman. And then other people who knows me casually that knew me before I became a comedian, they called me Nate. So when people call me with different names, that let me know what part of my life I knew you. Mm-hmm. So if somebody come in, what's up, Pooey? I knew we grew up together. They say, what's up, Nate? I mean, we was working somewhere together or in the military together. You know what I mean? Call me Earthquake. I mean, you met me while I became a comedian. Okay. So based upon what you call me, I can kind of like generalize when I know you are. Yeah, well, where you came in my life at.
Well, I can't call you Pooey because I didn't know you way back then. But I will always call him Quake because he has earned that name and he makes it work. Again, all the dates I just gave you can check him out. And Quake, congratulations, man, on all your success. I said it before. I'll say it again. I'll keep saying it. Everything you get, you have earned, you deserve. And I just love... somebody once said, we rooting for everybody black. I just love celebrating black people who are doing their thing, and you're doing it, man. I love you, and I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you soon.
And as always, man, I love you, my brother, man. I'm always one phone call away. Y'all can follow me at The Real Earthquake for all my dates and free ticket. Tavis, anytime, man. I'm so proud of you. Keep fighting the good fight, my brother.
Love you, Quake. Stay strong, man. I'll see you soon. More of Tavis Smiley when we come forward.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs is expected to sign a bill to repeal the state's near-total ban on abortion as soon as today. 2 Republicans joined with all Democrats yesterday in voting to repeal the 1864 law that was upheld by the Arizona Supreme Court last month. It bans all abortions except in cases where it's necessary to save the mother's life. The late New Jersey Lieutenant Governor Sheila Oliver will be honored this weekend by her alma mater. Lincoln University will establish the Sheila Oliver Memorial Scholarship as part of its alumni reunion weekend. The African American's life, legacy, and her lasting impact on the university and the broader community will also be celebrated at the Alumni Awards dinner this Saturday. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Hey, DQ fans, cool off with their new Summer Blizzard treat menu.